Azerbaijan's first Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva arrived to review the new building constructed for the internally displaced persons in Romana settlement of Sabuncu district. Deputy Prime Minister, Chairman of the State Committee for Refugees and IDPs Ali Hasanov told Mehriban Aliyeva that the building had been constructed under the project on providing with new flats the displaced families living in damaged buildings. The construction was started in March this year. Five-story building has 5 one-room, 22-room, 23 rooms and 5 4-room flats. The work done by President Ilham Aliyev to ensure Azerbaijan's territorial integrity, improve living conditions of refugees and IDPs, shows the care for our citizens. Relocation of refugees and IDPs from temporary residential sites and camps to modern settlements demonstrates the state care for these people. State programs have been adopted to improve the welfare of refugees and IDPs. Significant measures have been taken to improve the social benefits. One of the most important steps taken in this direction was the meeting chaired by the first Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva on March 9 related to the relocation of refugees and IDPs from hostels in Baku and Sumgayit cities. Addressing the meeting, Mehriban Aliyeva said a lot of displaced families were living in difficult conditions in damaged buildings, underlined that extra and urgent steps must be taken to accelerate the work. She said displaced persons living in damaged buildings in Baku and Sumgayit cities must move to new flats. The steps taken in this sphere were accelerated after the meeting. In May, the first Vice President attended the groundbreaking ceremony of the new modern residential complex for displaced persons in Garadagh district. In June, the ceremony to give away the new flats in Masazır settlement of Abşeron district under the project on providing with new flats to displaced families living in damaged buildings. Mehriban Aliyeva, who praised the conditions created in the building in Romana settlement, was told that 50 displaced families living in damaged buildings in Hatay district and Sarıgaya residential area will move here. On October 5th, on the World Teachers' Day, Azerbaijan's first Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva arrived at the new school opened in Romana settlement of Sabuncu district for Khanlık Village Secondary School of Kubadlı region. Head of Kubadlı region Executive Authority Malik Isagov told Mehriban Aliyeva that the educational facility was opened in 2017-2018. Construction of the school was started earlier this year and was completed within 4 months. The school was designed for 196 pupils from displaced families from Kubadlı. Mehriban Aliyeva talked to the first form pupils, asked them about their lessons. The building, supplied with modern equipment, has all the necessary conditions. The classrooms and laboratories have been provided with all the necessary equipment and teaching aids. Azerbaijan's first Vice President asked about the pupils' computer skills and wished them success. The children promised to study well. Mehriban Aliyeva then viewed the stand featuring the photos of pupils from Kubadlı region who entered universities with high scores. There is also a photo stand featuring the new school buildings constructed for displaced persons from this region over the past 10 years. Mehriban Aliyeva also viewed a photo stand featuring President Ilham Aliyev's meeting with athletes from Kubadlı region. Mehriban Aliyeva then watched the training of athletes from Kubadlı. Meeting the school staff, Mehriban Aliyeva congratulated them on the opening of the new school building and Teachers' Day. School years are unforgettable in everyone's life. Your profession is very important, said the first Vice President, and wished success to the school staff. A photo was taken at the end. On October 5th, Azerbaijan's first Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva also attended the ceremony to give away the flats in 3 buildings constructed in the quarter for the IDPs in Masazır settlement of Abşeron district. Deputy Prime Minister, Chairman of the State Committee for Refugees and IDPs Ali Hasanov informed the first Vice President about the work done. The buildings have been constructed under the project on providing with new flats the displaced families living in damaged buildings. Modern repaired flats have been provided with necessary equipment as gas, water and power supply. Landscaping work has been done outside the buildings. First Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva made a speech at the ceremony. Mehriban Aliyeva said Armenian-Azerbaijan Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, lasting for more than 20 years, was the most serious problem of Azerbaijan. Noting that our compatriots had become refugees and IDPs as a result of the conflict, Azerbaijan's first Vice President underlined that President Ilham Aliyev gave information about the conflict both during the bilateral meetings and international organizations. Speaking about the double-standard approach to this issue, First Vice President said human rights organizations were not making efforts to address the violation of refugees and IDPs' rights. Mehriban Aliyeva said over the past years the state had done a great job to improve the living conditions of refugees and IDPs. They had moved to new apartments, had been employed. She underlined the solution of housing problems of such people was in the focus of attention. Further steps will be taken in this direction. Azerbaijan is a mighty and independent state. Development has been ensured not only in Baku, but also in all parts of the country, said Azerbaijan's first vice president, and spoke about the work done for the development of tourism in the country, social projects implemented in the regions, achievements in sports, the first European Games and Islamic Solidarity Games held in the country on the highest level. She said for President İlham Aliyev the interests of Azerbaijan and people were above all. Mehriban Aliyeva underlined that Azerbaijan was developing. On behalf of IDPs from Laçın region, Ağa Ahmedov and Kemaila Guliyeva, displaced person from Ağdam region Aysel Bashirova, spoke about the state care, expressed their gratitude to the first Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva for the implementation of such projects. Azerbaijan's first Vice President Mehriban Aliyeva visited the apartment of Innaf Najafova, a displaced person from Laçın region. Innaf Najafova thanked President İlham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva for the conditions created for them. Mehriban Aliyeva said measures will be further continued to improve the housing conditions of such people, expressed her confidence that thanks to the wise policy pursued by the head of state, our occupied territories will be liberated in the near future. Afterwards, First Vice President of Azerbaijan reviewed the conditions created in the apartments. 3 buildings have been constructed here, but 2 of them have 80 flats, one has 50 flats. Implementation of such projects once more proves that our state pays special attention to provide IDPs with flats, solve their social problems. Construction of such buildings also shows that projects on improvement of social conditions of the citizens are being continued.